Hey everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and I have a really quick card I'm going to show you guys, and I'm using my favorite thing out of the new catalog, and it is this six-sided sampler, and it also coordinates with this punch. And I am so excited to have this set in our new catalog. When I went to regionals and I got my catalog, the first thing I did right when they handed me my new catalog is I just ripped into it looking for this punch, and I literally screamed out loud when I saw it. So I've been just dying to use it. So these are the two stamp sets that I'm going to use. I'm going to use For You. I'm going to use this Hello, and you guys have seen me use this once already this week. And then I'm going to use this stamp set and then the punch. And I'm also going to use this designer series stack, and this is the end colors for this year, the Coastal Cabana Crisp Cantaloupe colors, and I really just love this design of paper. I'm so excited that they redesigned this paper and that it is really just very pretty. I love the designs on it, and I love the new polka dots. I love the how the polka dots are just real crisp white on the color. So I'm going to be using Coastal Cabana, and that is a really pretty color as well. So I'm going to start out with a Whisper White piece of cardstock, and I've just cut that right down the middle at 4 1/4, and it's going to fold so it opens up like this, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I just have this piece right here, and I'm going to cut that I'm going to trim it down to 4 by 5 1/4. That's just the kids out in the living room. And this is going to give me the front of my card. And I'm going to use this side, this design. This is like little, I call them like little mini chevrons. So I'm going to put that over the front here, and I can just go ahead and attach that down right now because the rest of the stuff that I'm going to do is going to go over the top of this. Attached, and then I have a nice white border. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this strip, and this is what I was just left with. I want how about like a 2 inch? I think this will be, yeah, this is almost just exactly 2 inches. And then I want it by 5 inches. And then I'm going to make a little banner by just snipping first up the middle of the cardstock and then from each corner up. And then I'm going to take some of this. This is just in Borderie Thread. And I just recently got into using this. And I just pick it up at, my local craft store. You can usually pick this up for a really good price. You can get like a package of all different colors for $10. And I just wanted something black, and I didn't really have any just plain black ribbon, and I don't have any black baker's twine. So I'm just going up top here. Okay, so once I have my bow tied, then I usually just readjust the sides. So now this piece can go down. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you guys can just see what I'm doing. So now this piece can go down. I'm going to grab my ATG gun because I just want to go over that ribbon or that thread. And then how I get my pieces on here straight, my layers, I just turn and then I just use my grid. And this is going all the way up to the top. Just like that. Okay, now, so here's the stamping part, which is the fun part. I have a piece of Whisper White. You can see that I've already punched and stamped. So I'm going to use this stamp, and I'm going to use Basic Black. And this particular stamp is just exactly my style with the little flowers, and it's just beautiful. I love it. So I'm doing Basic Black. And my Basic Black is on the dry side. I really need to re-ink it. But I'm holding out re-inking it because I'm using Whisper White cardstock. And with the Whisper White cardstock and the Basic Black, it takes it a little bit of time to dry. And so I just decided that I would really press my stamp into that ink. So I'm stamping this 3 times. And then I can set this aside. And then I have a piece of Coastal Cabana just cardstock. And I'm going to punch this out 3 times. And then I'm going to cut these 3 stamps out. So I'm going to cut these out and I'll be right back. And I've cut out my stamps and then I have these punched out. So now all I'm going to do is attach these, and the reason I cut them out is because the punch leaves a slight border around the stamped image, and I didn't want it to be white. I wanted it to be this color, so that's why I punched out with the cardstock and then cut out the stamp. It wasn't that hard. It's a pretty straightforward stamp, so it didn't make it that hard to cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to set these 3 aside. I'm going to bring my card base back, and I need one other element for this card, and that is going to be this tiny little butterfly. So we have this mini small butterfly, and I'm punching it out just out of that designer paper. And then I'm going to pinch him together to give him a little bit of dimension. And then we're going to put the rest of this card together. So I have my card base, and then I have my little hexagons. And I'm going to start off with one down here on the bottom. Then I'm going to use a dimensional for my next one. And I think I'll go ahead and use 2 dimensionals. This one is going to go right here. And then my next one, I'm just going to use plain adhesive. And it is going to go right here. And then I'm going to take this little butterfly. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on him. I'm going to put that right over the 2 hexagons. I think I'm going to point him this other way. Like that. And then I'm going to take my rhinestones. I'm going to get 3 of them, 3 of the little mini ones. And put them right down the middle of the butterfly. Just like that. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Dazzling Details And I'm going to put a layer of it, a little thin strip all around this coastal cabana. Oh, one last thing. I forgot. I'm going to stamp hello on this card. So I'm going to use basic black again. And I'm going to stamp it just right down here. I don't have my sticker on my stamp yet. And because my stamp pad is not that juicy, it came out faded. So what I'll do later is I'll take my Stampin' Majig and place it on here once the glitter is dry, and then I'll stamp again over that to give it more of a solid image. So that's my card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm loving this new stamp set and so happy to be back making videos and hanging out with you guys. So make sure you come back tomorrow for an all new Love and Life scrapbooking post, and I will also have an introduction for a new part of that Love and Life kit. So make sure you come back. Thanks guys for coming by.